17 traffic collisions. We had 17 in July. So we're even for the month. However, we did have one fatal traffic collision, which was OK Canyon. It's not necessarily the Agua Dulce area suspects who are rolling tires into the path of vehicles southbound 14 at Escondido Canyon Road. So if anyone happens to see any suspicious looking people maybe rolling tires down the road, there's no vehicle, but they're just rolling tires, make sure you give law enforcement a call.
One suspected child abuse, the Anthony fire, as I call it, and the one traffic accident.
I've asked for a couple of guests to come tonight, small animal control, because as everybody's aware in the area, we had a couple fires recently. The Crown Valley fire and the Briggs fire. We were kind of squeezed in the middle in Agua Dulce and Acton. Agua Dulce kind of dodged a bullet on that one because the wind seemed to be going in the right direction and it went away from us. But it could have gone the other way. Could have come into Agua Dulce. So I think this is a teachable moment where we get a chance to stand back and look at what happened.
Every fire is a teachable moment, even for the highest command staff. And after every fire, we have after-action reviews and closeout meetings where we talk about what went right, what went wrong, and things to keep in mind for the next scenario. So please remember that your planning and your preparedness and your training and your CERT classes and it doesn't mean that things will go smoothly. They will not, because it's a crisis. It means that they're going to go more smoothly than had you not planned. Chief Nicuum has been in fire service for 37 years, and he has responsibility for what we call Division 3, which incorporates 22 fire stations, including Fire Station 81 that you all know very well. He has responsibility for 9 battalion chiefs and 3 battalions and hundreds and hundreds of resources. Before he was promoted to our assistant fire chief, he was actually a battalion chief in our division in Battalion 6 in Santa Clarita. He's very familiar with this area. He grew up in Santa Clarita. He's been on numerous fires in all of our big fires out here, so he's very familiar with what you all are challenged with.
The Briggs incident broke out about 6 minutes after the Crown incident. And I was actually coming out of LA, was monitoring both of them. And with the threat of Camp 11, I opted to head towards the Briggs. Got on there, moving very fast, uphill, very dynamic. The fire load was pretty consistent. We had some prevailing winds that was pushing it pretty hard up canyon. Really did a thorough awareness of the situation before I actually got to the command center. And it was at the command center where one of our first objectives is where's this fire going? What our resource needs are? Do we have enough aircraft? And what are we doing about evacuations? So evacuations is right at the top of one of our checklists. The Briggs incident, we were able to get our arms around it. Fortunately, it burned up to a ridge line where we had people in place, and they cut a lateral to it, and it stopped it before it bumped into the station incident.
I'm basically in charge of orchestrating the teams together and dispatching the resources where they need to be. Also setting up the off-site housing areas for animals, such as the equine housing, which we have set up usually at the Antelope Valley Fairground for this area. We also use Pierce College if that area is not usable. Sometimes they have a fair up there, and sometimes their barns are full. We can't utilize that location. We use Pierce College. We also have connections with other areas such as Ventura County Fairgrounds we've used in the past. Hanson Dam is also another one that we've used. And our small animals, just so you're aware of how the kennels work, we permit all the kennels in LA County, and we have a special team of officers, the major case unit, that goes out annually to do inspections of those facilities. During those inspections, they'll go over emergency plans with the kennel owners and try to get them in the planning phases of making sure they have arrangements for their animals, which most all of them do. In the coming future, it's going to be a requirement of kennels with a certain number of animals to have an emergency plan submitted to our department that we keep. The animal shelters are a last resort. They're not, we don't have enough resources to be able to help all of these kennels all over the place that may need to put their animals, let alone also everybody else who has 1 or 2 dogs here and there that maybe they're not home and need us to go take the dogs out and house them for them. So our shelters, we have 6 of them, and a 7th adoption center in the Antelope Valley as well.
You have to have a community plan
Yes.
and work in conjunction with LA County, or with LA County Animal Control. And what I would like to suggest to you, and what Gary and Darlene and Linda and I and Marcia, we had this big, Michelle, we had a big meeting about it, is you really have to come together as a broad community.
CSD, the original area of representation, the proposed CSD under the new CSD that the county has approved these, we did all that research and everything. And a new final potential area of representation that will go along with this new CSD. If you look at the yellow,
Yes.
okay, that is the new CSD.
This is the first year we've offered art in the park, and we are doing it in cooperation with Friends of the Acton Park. So the Acton Agua Dulce Arts Council and the Friends have joined together to do these classes, and they've been immensely successful. It's a wonderful setting, the weather has cooperated, and we've had a good turnout both days. We had a few more classes on Tuesday than we do today on Thursday. Next year we'll have even more classes, I'm sure. And everyone has just enjoyed it so much. So we're happy to have done it. We did an art camp in previous years that was a whole week of classes. I think this works better.
Great.
Fits people's schedule. It's
Okay.
certainly reasonable.
And what about the age range?
The age range is school age. School
Okay.
age. So if they're going into kindergarten, that would be our youngest age.
So I'm just doing warm-ups and just showing, fur texture and how to draw basic eyes and noses and stuff. So I'll show you in a sec. Okay. How's everybody doing? Is there anything you guys need or any questions you want to ask? No? So, okay, how do you
You're drawing? What are you drawing?
I'm showing how to draw eyes and fur textures.
Oh, perfect. Oh, that's beautiful.
So,
This is one someone made yesterday.
Oh, they're beautiful. Okay.
I'm shiny.
How's everybody doing today? Good. And are you enjoying this arts and crafts?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay, have you done it before?
No, this is my first time today.
Oh, it is. Good. Now, were you here on Tuesday?
I was.
You were?
So just put a nice big dollop and then stick both antennae right in there.
And what are they making here?
They're making rock buds.
Rock buds. Oh, they're beautiful.
Wait, that's
They could be little paperweights even.
Oh, good idea. They're saying, hey, they're making buds like us.
But at least no one's making a bee. Because he will go, hey.
You need a striped one for that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe there's one in here.